Greetings, family. It's Empress D. I'm out here in nature. I'm at a different spot today. Actually on a walk, and I just decided to stop and, check in with y'all. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you guys are getting out in nature. So important. So many different things I'm reading and coming in contact with are saying the same thing, that coming in touch with nature is so important. Especially right now, for whatever reason, coming out in nature is super important. So I hope that everybody watching this is making a pledge to get out in nature regularly, okay? And I hope that all of us are engaging in practices that will improve our situation, improve our being, improve our physical being, our mental well-being, our spiritual well-being, our emotional well-being, our any type of well-being, improve ourselves in some way, okay? I hope everybody's engaging in at least 1, 2, 3 practices on a daily basis with that in mind, okay, family? And I hope that you guys are surviving this madness. So many things going on in the world and so many things to think about other than thinking about improving our situation, right? Improving ourselves. So many distractions, but it now is the most imperative time ever to be participating in self-care and self-exploration and actually, I guess it's knowledge of self, right? So yeah, I'm out here and I'm just thinking and I'm contemplating what's been going on around us, right? People are gifted. People are really gifted. And I'm going to speak about 2 gifted people that I've come across. And I say they're gifted because they're gifted. I just know that. And it's no coincidence that both of them were able to come up with this same conclusion. Let me share. Okay. Yemaja, okay? That's a goddess of water. Yamaja. I think that's how you spell it. I've never heard of her before until introduced by others, right? And so this goddess or this deity is responsible for women and children, right? I think she has something to do with mermaids. I've done a couple of brief searches. I haven't delved deep into her, but it's something that I plan to do because this is not. I don't believe in coincidences. But let me share. So this Yemaja, I think I'm saying it right. She's always by water, and she's always in the color blue or represents the color blue, and she's and that's what's up. That's who she is, right? I told you I never heard of her until one day in the summer. A good friend of mine, she's wonderful. She said that I reminded her of this Yemaja, and I'm like, okay, all right, cool. And then, so I did a quick search and I saw about it and I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Cool. Because it kind of aligns with me and my personality, right? Because in terms of my history and in terms of my job, I used to be in maternal child services. I used to work in labor and delivery, right? Like the best part ever of the hospital. And even when I became a nurse practitioner, a large part of my practice was mothers and babies, right? So that's like my baby. That's my area. And it's crazy how this deity or this goddess or whatever she is, this significant, we're all significant, but this some significant, a mother of some sorts. Of the water, of mother and children, right? The kind of the overseer, the guider. It's crazy. Anyway, so it's that wonderful sister showed me that, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I file that in my memory bank. A couple of weeks ago, I met a wonderful young man, really cool. Really cool vibe. Hi, people are walking by. And he checking good. And he messaged me and he said that he sent me a picture, and it was that same woman, Yemaja. I think I'm saying it right. And I'm like, no, there's no such thing as a coincidence. This is two people that don't know each other, that know me but aren't like my best friends, that have come to me with this. So that's significant, family. I thought that I wanted to share that, and I wanted to shout out those beautiful souls, beautiful souls, both of them. And I love you both. Thank you so much for bringing that to me. Like, this is crazy, right? So I have to do more research on her, and I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. I don't know. That's not the right word. It's I'm great. Oops, sorry, my fingers. Sorry, family. No tripod today. Family, like I don't know, man. Anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought off of the finger in the screen thing, but man, it's uncanny. There's no such thing as coincidences, and two people that don't know each other, like, both indicated to me somewhat to this beautiful woman. So I have to do her justice and do some research, and I'm grateful. Maybe that is the word. I'm grateful. I'm humbled. That's what it is. It's humbled. I'm like, what? Me? No, what? Thank you. I'm humbled by it. Thank you. It makes me want to cry. So maybe the work that I'm doing is paying off, family. And I don't know. Anyway, I did want to share one more thing. And this is something personal, family. Oh my gosh. When I was 11, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be emotional. Oh my gosh. I'm not usually emotional. When I was 11, my best friend was having a pool birthday party. And I wanted to go really badly, right? And I asked my parents, and they didn't want me to go, right? And it was tough, and I really, really wanted to go. So I worked them, I begged them, and I pleaded, and and somehow convinced them to take me to this party. My mom even decided to take me when we went to go get her gift. She took me shopping and ended up getting me a new bathing suit and it was at the time Beaver Canoe was in. It was a pink Beaver Canoe tracksuit. So they let me go, okay? And it was like the best day ever. So obviously I get to the party, I'm like one of the first ones and whatever, and I don't remember anything after that. Because apparently I drowned, okay? And the definition of drowning is not as being unable to breathe underwater for a certain defined amount of time. It doesn't necessarily mean dying. I watched that on a show the other day. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm emotional. I'm sorry, but this is just real, right? So I got to the party, and that's all I remember. Apparently I drowned. I was underwater for, they said, more than 10 minutes. Okay? 10 minutes being underwater. The house that the party was at, the next door neighbor was a physician. And the people that hosted the party called him. And obviously they called 911. But they didn't wait for the ambulance. They got me in the back of a car while that physician performed CPR on me. Okay. And I'm getting this because I have the like the police report because it was an investigation about it. Anyway, oh my gosh. Anyway, so that doctor, thank you. I don't even know. I have to look him up. I have to pull that report out and I have to look him up. And I have to thank him for saving my life. But anyway, they didn't wait. They drove to the hospital. The doctor was working on me in the back seat. And as they arrived at the hospital, the ambulance to go get me was leaving, right? So that shows you that they saved a lot of time. Nonetheless, I didn't do too well. And I was in an induced coma because they thought that was the best way to try to save me, because the damage to my brain was a lot for being without oxygen for so long. And so they advised my parents to plan, for my funeral and to prepare that I wasn't going to make it. And I feel so bad for my parents, and I can only imagine being a mom now, how hard that must have been. Okay, and then so I was in a coma for a while, and an induced coma though. I don't think I would, I think they put me in on purpose and whatever, but apparently they said to my parents that plan for her demise, but at best, if she pulls through, she will be, really compromised in terms of her mental and her physical ability, right? So I'd basically be in a wheelchair and I'd be compromised, right? As a result of having my brain have no oxygen for so long. So anyway, I'm here, right? Somehow, some way, and they still can't explain it, right? And the fact that these individuals associated me with an individual that's associated with water, and I survived a water event like this, it's crazy, right? It's just uncanny. And I can't believe I've been so open and sharing. I don't know if I'm going to post this, family. But anyway, that's the story. I can't believe I've been so emotional, but it's just real. It's what it is. Anyway, family, thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. I keep looking over because I have the baby with me. And she's sleeping in the stroller, and I just want to keep making sure that she's okay, but she's good. Anyway, family, thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. I love and I value each and every one of you, family. Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, I have to say this. Thank you for sitting through my emotional breakdown. But it's all good. Anyway, one love.